G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at how to master the weather and pitch conditions in Cricket Captain 2025. Now the decisions that you make based on what's presented in front of you is going to determine whether you're going to have the right team, the right strategy to go and win the games of cricket you're trying to do. So when you go into a game, start a match, the conditions is put in front of you. And every match kind of starts with critical clues around what's going on. One is the bounce and the wear. So you can see here, they're both set to average. There's 5 ratings essentially for them, with the most green being the better off you are. But bounce, you end up with perfect at the top, even next, then average is where we are, and then you get uneven and erratic. So bounce, if it's perfect, 5 greens favours batters. Even, slight advantage to batters. Average, it's kind of in the middle. It's going to be a good game of cricket, and then you've got to take in the weather conditions which are going on. Uneven favours fast bowlers. Erratic mainly favours fast bowlers, but all bowlers will gain an advantage. And same for wear. 5 bars of green favours the batters. Good, slight. Average is pretty much in the middle. It doesn't favour anyone. Then you get further down, you get turning, which gives you an advantage for spinners, and then you get sharp turn, which is massively impacted spin bowlers and make them very beneficial to be part of your team. And the same with the weather comes into play. So you're taking that into account, saying, hey, average and average, that's okay. Slow outfield, it's going to be pretty slow scoring. But then you look here. Sunshine, hey, it's going to favour the batters. The bowlers are going to get tired easier. They're going to run out of steam. Tiny bit of cloud. There's a slight advantage, possibly, for the seam bowlers. And then you get into very cloudy sort of conditions and unsettled. And that's where you see huge increases for your seam bowlers. So when you're playing the game, you're looking at it. You're looking at this in a 5-day game going, where do I want to be batting and when do I want to be bowling? And you kind of, when I play the game, weigh all of that up. Like here, it's like you've got to bowl first. It's overcast conditions, bowl first. But then hopefully bat at the end of day 1, get a score. But then the opposition are going to go and bat on day 3, potentially on a beautiful set of conditions. And also when you take this into account, the bounce and the wear changes during the course of the game. So the bounce will deteriorate, the wear will come into play. And if it's starting on 3, you can guarantee by day 5 it's going to be turning a lot. And if you've got sunny conditions on day 3 and it's going to be erratic turn and you've got a superstar spinner, it's kind of where you want to be. So you take all these things into account when trying to choose if you want to bat and bowl. And it's the same for T20 cricket as well. If it's sunny in the first half, raining or cloudy in the second half, you win the toss, you bat. For me here, I know I want to bat on day 3, but if I won the toss, I would bowl. That is too good an opportunity to get in and try and bowl a team out for 150 if you've got excellent seamers. So looking at that pitch, you need 1 spinner in the team, but you want to make sure you've got 4 or 5 guys able to bowl seam as well. Probably want Ben Stokes in there, don't you? So you probably want to set up with that. You may get faced with this. So I've just set it to a batter's wicket and you get perfect pace and bounce. So ignore the weather, but perfect pace and bounce if it's sunny. No 2 ways about it, you have got to bat. Unless you want to be Nasser Hussain in Brisbane, and no one wants to do that, Nas. The other thing is you might come across is something like this, where the wear is pretty poor and the bounce is okay. That's generally going to be seen as more of a spinner's pitch. So if it is wear and the bounce is pretty decent, seeing more greens, that's where you need to employ your spinner. Generally, you see that when there's a little bit more sunshine going on with the weather, in my opinion, but you don't want to be without one. So this is what I'm talking about around T20 cricket. So quite often, not all the time, you do get a pretty decent deck depending on what you've gone for, but you do get different weather. And that's where you need to look at what weather's better to bat in. Sunshine is going to be better than cloudy and sunny. That might offer just a little bit more for the seamers. Again, same conditions, except I've changed it to a spinning deck. So you can see how that changes. You can also change it to a seamer's deck, and you can see that the bounce on the pitch goes down and the wear stays pretty good. Or on this, you can go for a batter's wicket, take an absolute road and try and smash the ball around for 220. So hopefully that's been helpful for you and talks about the different bounce, wear and weather conditions that you can get. If it's dark and grey, seamers. If it's getting below average on either of these two, or looks like it will over the course of the 5 days, that's what you need to employ to make sure you've got a spinner for conditions that's going to have bad wear. Thanks for listening.